You ever had that one woman who looks at you a little longer than she should, laughs at your jokes even when they're not that funny? And somehow, when you're around her, the air just feels different? You tell yourself it's probably just harmless flirting, but deep down, you feel there's something else happening. Something softer. Something she doesn't even realize she's revealing. See, women don't open up emotionally the way men do. For them, it's not about words. It's about energy, about safety, about feeling something deeper than attraction. When she's truly opening up emotionally, it's not in the big, obvious gestures. It's in the quiet moments. The way her eyes search yours when she's talking about something vulnerable, or the way her voice softens when she says your name. You might notice she starts sharing small, personal details. Things she wouldn't tell just anyone. Her childhood memories, her insecurities, her fears about not being enough. That's her emotional armor coming off, piece by piece, and you might not even realize the significance of it, because when a woman lets you in emotionally, it's not casual anymore. It's trust. Most men miss this completely. They think she's just being nice, or worse. They assume it's all part of her feminine charm. But here's the truth. Women don't open up to men they don't feel safe with. Emotional openness is the deepest form of interest a woman can show. It's when she stops performing and starts being. You'll see it in her eyes. They stop being playful and start being present. The teasing fades, and suddenly she's not trying to impress you anymore. She just wants to connect. Maybe she tells you about a time she got hurt and laughs it off, but her eyes give her away. Or she talks about her dreams, the ones she's afraid to admit to others, and you notice she's waiting to see how you'll react. That's not small talk anymore. That's her way of saying, I trust you with a part of me I usually keep hidden. And if you listen carefully, if you stay still in that moment and truly see her, that's when the real connection begins. Because the truth is, when a woman flirts, she's showing interest. But when she starts to open up, she's showing faith. Faith that you'll hold her emotions with care, that you won't judge her, that you'll see the woman behind the walls. Most men crave attraction, but few are ready for emotional intimacy. And when they miss those small signals, they lose something far more valuable than attraction. They lose the chance to be felt. You see, when a woman starts emotionally opening up, she's not looking for a perfect man. She's looking for emotional presence. That means you don't have to say all the right words. You just have to be there. When she's talking, don't rush to fix things or offer solutions. Just listen. Make her feel seen. Because the moment she senses that you're really hearing her, her heart begins to relax around you. That's when attraction transforms into something deeper. Imagine this. You're sitting next to her. Maybe it's late. Maybe the room feels still. She starts telling you about something that changed her, something that hurt. Maybe her voice cracks a little and she laughs it off, saying, I don't even know why I'm telling you this. But you do. Because in that moment, she's not trying to impress you. She's trying to trust you. She's letting you glimpse the woman behind her guard. And if you handle that moment with calm energy, if you stay grounded instead of reacting or judging, she feels it. It's like emotional gravity pulling her closer. Most guys break this connection without realizing it. They interrupt. They make jokes. They change the subject because vulnerability feels uncomfortable. But when you pull away like that, she feels it too. She shuts down, withdraws, and you might think she's lost interest. The truth is, she was ready to connect and you weren't. Women remember that feeling. It teaches them whether you're safe or not. You don't need to tell her what to feel, just mirror her energy. If she shares something real, drop your guard too. Say something honest, not to impress her, but to let her know she's not alone. When she says she's scared of getting hurt again, don't just nod. Tell her, I get that. It's hard to trust when you've been through that. Those few words can do more than an hour of compliments. Because now you're not just another man trying to win her attention, you're a man who understands her emotion. When you respond with empathy instead of ego, she feels emotionally seen. And when a woman feels seen, her attraction to you deepens in ways most men never experience. This is the moment where she starts craving your presence, not just your attention. It's no longer about who texts first or who flirts better. It becomes about how you make her feel inside. And that's the secret most men never learn. The more emotionally safe a woman feels with you, the more she invests. Not just her time, but her heart. Because emotional intimacy for a woman isn't built through words. It's built through how you handle her silence. There's something powerful that happens when a woman starts to feel emotionally safe with you. Her energy changes. She doesn't just talk more, she softens. Her voice slows down. Her eyes linger longer. She starts sharing small pieces of herself, stories from her past, fears she hides from others, even her quiet insecurities. That's not random. That's emotional intimacy forming in real time. But here's the truth most men miss. When she opens up like that, she's not testing how smart or funny you are. She's testing your emotional maturity. She wants to see if you can hold space for her feelings without trying to fix or control them. And that's rare, because so many men mistake vulnerability for weakness, when in reality, it's the foundation of connection. Let's say she tells you something about her childhood and maybe how she always felt like she had to be the strong one. You might feel the urge to say, well, that's the past, you're strong now. But she doesn't need that. What she really needs in that moment is for you to feel her story, to look at her and say, that must have been heavy to carry alone. That simple acknowledgement can disarm years of guardedness. When a woman feels emotionally validated, her attraction shifts from surface-level interest to deep trust. She starts associating you with emotional comfort, that quiet feeling of peace she rarely gets from anyone else. And once that happens, she doesn't just like you, she starts to miss you. Even when you're not around, she'll think about how your presence made her feel calm and understood. It's not about saying the perfect thing, it's about showing her you feel with her, not just listen to her. Women are intuitive. They sense when a man's attention is sincere or when it's just strategy. You can't fake presence. You can't fake warmth. When your energy is grounded and real, she feels it deep in her nervous system. That's when her guard begins to dissolve. And here's the part that's truly beautiful. When you give her that kind of emotional safety, she gives you something back without even realizing it. She becomes softer, more affectionate, more feminine around you. She doesn't need to compete or prove anything. Around you, she feels safe to be herself. That's what emotional opening looks like. Not dramatic confessions, but subtle shifts in her tone, her touch, her eyes. So if you ever wonder, is she just flirting or is she actually opening up emotionally? Pay attention to those moments when the room gets quiet, when she starts to share small truths, when her energy turns gentle. That's not flirting. That's her heart saying, I trust you. But here's the catch. That trust can vanish the moment you become careless with it. When a woman emotionally opens up to you, it's not a casual moment. It's a silent confession. She's revealing the parts of herself that she doesn't show to just anyone. And this is where most men fail. Not because they mean to, but because they don't realize how delicate that space truly is. When she shares something vulnerable, a fear, a mistake, a dream, she's not looking for a solution. She's watching how you hold her truth. Do you listen without judgment? Do you stay calm even when the story gets heavy? Do you let her emotions breathe instead of rushing to change them? Every time you do that, she feels seen in a way that very few men ever made her feel. You stop being just a man she likes. You become someone who feels like home. Because psychologically, women are drawn not to perfection, but to emotional stability. When she feels your calmness, your steady presence, your patience, her body starts to relax around you. That relaxation is attraction at its deepest level. But the moment you start interrupting her feelings with logic, saying things like, you shouldn't feel that way, or that's not a big deal, something inside her quietly shuts down. It's like a door closing, softly but permanently. She might still talk to you, she might still smile, but that openness is gone. You'll feel it. The warmth fades, the eye contact shortens, the flow between you becomes strained. And you'll wonder what changed. What changed is that she no longer feels emotionally safe. If you want to truly understand female psychology, remember this. A woman doesn't fall for a man because he understands her words. She falls for him because he understands her silence. When she pauses in the middle of a story, when her voice softens, when she looks away for a second, that's your cue to lean in, not to talk, but to be present. That presence, that stillness, tells her more than any words ever could. Women connect through emotional rhythm, not logic. And when she's emotionally opening up, she's inviting you into that rhythm. A space where emotions don't need to be fixed. They just need to be felt. That's how emotional intimacy is built. It's not a moment, it's a sequence of moments where she tests your energy, your patience, your depth. Here's the paradox. Like, the more comfortable she feels showing you her emotions, the more attractive you become to her, because she starts to associate you with emotional peace. You become the man who can handle her complexity without shrinking or running. That's power. That's what most men never master. The art of making a woman feel emotionally secure without losing their masculine calm. But what happens when you misread her emotional openness? When you think her vulnerability means she's instantly yours? That's when everything starts to fall apart. Because emotional attraction isn't ownership, it's alignment. And the difference between the two is what separates real connection from temporary attraction.